In this video, I'm just going to kind of give you a big dump of study tips for succeeding in college chemistry. And many of these apply much more broadly than chemistry, right? Chemistry is one piece of your college education. For nobody is it the entire thing, right? For all 4 years of your undergraduate education. And so the hope is that these study tips will apply not just in your chemistry courses, but in your other courses and just in your life more generally in college. And so we want to learn efficiently and effectively, and hopefully these tips will help you do so. All right, so I won't go through these in great detail, but the first couple here focus on your course schedule and your syllabi. Make sure that you structure your schedule in a way that works for you, and once you're in courses, make sure to read and understand those syllabi so that you kind of know what you're getting yourself into and you're not blindsided by policies or deadlines. Come prepared for class. Sometimes that might mean printing out notes in advance. That might mean creating a header for lecture notes for the day. That might mean completing a quiz before class. That might mean reading before class or watching a video before class. If you do have assigned textbook readings, for the love of God, please read the textbook before class. I'm urging you to do this. Frequently, you'll have no clue what's going on if you don't read the textbook before class. If you're dealing with an assignment that allows multiple attempts, review your work after the first attempt. Relatedly, exams. Review your work on exams. Review the grading, review instructor or TA comments. You'll learn a great deal from reviewing your work. And sometimes you'll have to shrug your shoulders and say, I blew this exam. It's too late. You know what? It's a midterm. I'm going to learn from this, do better on the final exam, or do better in the next course. Sometimes is what that comes down to. If digital forums are available, if a platform like Piazza or EdDiscussion is available for forum posts, use it. Use the platform to ask questions. Use the platform to answer questions in the spirit of teaching others is a fantastic way to learn. And then we talked about this a little bit in the last video, but when you're solving quantitative problems, focus on the process, not the product. The way I often put this is the numbers don't matter, right? The specific numbers in your chemistry problems don't mean too much. It's the process that's most important, not the final product of your problem solving. Let's talk about generative large language models or generative AI. Contemplate carefully anything that an LLM tells you and use them responsibly, right? Particularly for math type of problems, symbolic manipulation, you want to double check absolutely everything that an LLM gives you and use them responsibly. Trust your faculty with LLMs. I'll probably link out to a blog post that I've written with some advice for dealing with generative AI for students in this day and age, with more details on what's going down with that. Of course, that could be a whole video in and of itself in 2026, but contemplate carefully anything that ChatGPT, Copilot, your generative AI platform of choice tells you. Remember to take care of yourself. Many of the habits you form in college will be with you for the rest of your life. I can, at this point, comfortably sitting here at 40 years old, attest to this. Establish a healthy work-life balance in college right now to the best you can, because you can take that with you and you will likely take that with you for the rest of your life. When you sit down to study, have a clear goal in mind. Set a clear time frame and focus on achieving your goal within that established time frame. Once you achieve that goal, if it's before the end of the time, do something else. If you hit the end of the time and you haven't achieved that goal, cut yourself off. But don't let work hang over your head. Schedule additional time, get stuff done. Having clear goals in mind will help you get stuff done and feel better about yourself, honestly, right? That you actually accomplished something in the midst of studying that is concrete and that's not just vaguely staring at a set of problems or, scanning your eyes over a few pages of a textbook for 30 minutes. And keep working towards those goals, even when it feels like you're just going through the motions, even when you feel like, I don't feel like I'm learning or growing. Keep kind of putting one foot in front of the other. There will absolutely be points in your college education where you feel like I'm just kind of going through the motions, maybe a little bit listless or lost, or I don't feel like I'm growing. It's all part of the process. Keep putting one foot in front of the other. Office hours, drop-in hours, whatever your faculty call them. Attend them, visit them if you need help. Coming in with specific questions is better than just kind of going in with, can you explain X huge area that was the topic of 3 lectures or something like this. And if you have existing work on projects or problems, that's helpful to bring in as well. Something that is not often explicitly advised in courses is when you get to the end of a unit, go back and review everything to kind of synthesize the material from that unit or chapter or what have you. This is going to make things easier to remember and apply later. All right, on our last page here, keep your peers in mind. Keep your peers in mind as a resource for teaching and learning. Goes back to that point about digital forums from earlier. They are a great resource to ask questions and answer questions. Exam weeks with a lot of projects, a lot of things coming down the pipeline. How are you going to approach those? Well, distribute your effort strategically, right? Distribute your effort based on the courses where you need the most practice or studying, or are the highest stakes, or are the most important to your future, or whatever may be, right? The situation. And trust yourself. Reflect on how much you've grown over the course of the semester, looking back on those goals you set for yourself, what you've accomplished, and how you're different today than you were when the semester started. Take effective notes, hopefully a no-brainer, but when you're in class, you want to take ownership of the course material by writing your own notes. And of course, there's no need to write down everything a professor says verbatim. You want to take ownership, right? Make the material your own by putting it in your own words to the extent that you can. And kind of along the same lines, using practice problems, self-testing, asking yourself questions is another great way to take ownership of the material. You might take a practice exam, prepare your own flashcards, or kind of have a running dialogue with yourself as you study. These are all things that are helpful for bringing course material into your own mind, which is the ultimate goal of every college course, is to make you the owner of chemistry. You want to be a part owner. You want to own stock in the field of chemistry before you leave your introductory chemistry courses. These are a few additional resources I've found over the years with some great study tips and more advice. This How to Study video series from Stephen Chu at Samford, I believe he is an educational psychologist. And so he uses ideas from psychology and cognitive science to talk about effective study habits. For a more blunt and practical approach, Dr. Jeff Kaplan at UNC Greensboro, not a chemistry person, not a science person, still gives fantastic advice about how to do well in college that is highly, highly practical, and much of it unexpected or counterintuitive, quite frankly. Colorado State University has the Student Academic Toolkit. Great set of effective study strategies for reading, taking notes, studying for exams, and the like. And then this last link is just some additional resources from Brandeis University on cultivating study skills. And one last reminder before we leave this video that you can find these slides and the corresponding links on GitHub or in the open course on Canvas.